If your family also often buys a few pieces of ginger to keep in the kitchen, but after only a short time the ginger has already started to dry out, the skin becomes wrinkled, it shrinks, and some pieces even become soft or moldy, then today I would like to share with everyone a very practical video. That is how to store ginger in a way that is both easy to do and suitable for daily cooking habits, so that whenever we need it, we have fragrant ginger ready to use, without having to regret it spoiling halfway. Hello everyone, I'm Mary. First of all, if you want to store ginger for a long time, choosing the ginger is also very important. When buying, you should choose pieces of ginger that feel firm when held, solid to the touch, not soft, not bruised, and without dark spots or any moisture leaking out. The outer skin should be dry, look fresh, and not too wrinkled. If from the beginning the ginger is already soft or shows signs of damage, then no matter how carefully you store it, it will not last very long. Another thing I want to mention is that when you first bring ginger home, if you are not using it right away, you should not wash it with water. You only need to gently wipe off the dirt on the outside. Because if you wash it and there is still moisture left on the skin, the ginger will spoil more quickly during storage. Method 1. Now I will start with the first method. This is the simplest method, suitable for families who cook regularly and will use ginger within a short period of time. With this method, after buying ginger, you simply keep the whole piece intact, keep the natural outer skin, do not peel it, and do not cut it into smaller pieces. Then place the ginger in a dry, well-ventilated place, away from direct sunlight, away from areas with poor air circulation, and also away from places that are too humid in the kitchen. You can put the ginger in a basket, on a tray, or in a clean spot, as long as that place is airy. This method is very convenient because each time you cook, you just take it out and use it right away, without having to open a container, without having to defrost it, and without needing any extra preparation. If stored properly like this, the ginger can usually be used well for about 2 to 3 weeks. If the weather is cool, it will keep better, but if the weather is hot and humid, you should check it more frequently. When you notice that the ginger becomes more wrinkled, feels lighter in weight, or has spots that turn soft, you should use it soon. But if there is mold, a strange smell, or discoloration inside, then it is best not to use it anymore. Method 2. If your family does not use ginger every day but still wants to keep it fresh for a longer time, then the second method is very worth doing, which is to wrap each piece in paper towel and place it in an airtight container in the refrigerator compartment. I find this method very neat and practical, especially suitable for families who only use ginger once every few days. The method is also very simple. Take each piece of ginger with the skin still on and wipe the outside clean so that it is dry. Then use dry paper towel to wrap each piece or each branch of ginger separately. The paper towel will help absorb excess moisture and keep the surface of the ginger drier throughout the storage time. After wrapping, arrange the ginger in a clean and dry airtight container, close the lid, and place it in the refrigerator compartment. When you need to use it, you just open the container and take out one piece, very neat and very convenient. With this method, ginger can usually be kept for about 1 month. What I like about this method is that the ginger still maintains a fairly natural state, and when taken out, you can still slice it, crush it, or mince it very easily. If after some time you notice that the paper towel has become damp, you should replace it with a new one so that the ginger can continue to stay drier. Method 3. This method is very convenient because you can store ginger for a much longer time, and when you need it, you can still take it out very quickly. With frozen ginger, you can prepare it in different ways depending on your cooking habits. If you want the simplest way, you can keep the whole piece. Just wipe the ginger clean and completely dry, then put it into a zip bag, press out as much air as possible, seal the bag tightly, and place it in the freezer compartment. When you need to use it, take it out and you can grate or cut off a portion, then put it back. This method is very suitable for those who do not use ginger too often but still want to always have some available at home. In addition, if your family often uses ginger to cook soup, braise meat, braise fish, or make tea, then you can slice the ginger before freezing it. After slicing, divide it into small portions for each use, put them into zip bags or small containers, and store them in the freezer compartment. Doing this will be very convenient later, because each time you cook, you only need to take out a few slices, without having to cut it again while you are busy cooking. If your family often prepares stir-fried dishes, steamed dishes, or marinates meat, then cutting the ginger into thin strips before putting it into zip bags for freezing will be very convenient. You just need to cut the ginger into thin strips, divide it into small portions, and then place them into small zip bags. When putting it into the bag, you should press the bag slightly flat so that the ginger does not freeze into one large solid block. Doing this will make it much easier later to break off or separate exactly the portion you need. I find this method especially convenient on busy days, because you only need to open the freezer, take out a small amount of sliced ginger, and add it directly into the dish. With the freezing method, if stored tightly sealed and the freezer temperature remains stable, ginger is usually best used within about 3 to 4 months. If wrapped carefully, it can be kept for up to about 6 months, but the longer it is stored, the more its natural aroma will gradually decrease. Therefore, if you want your dishes to remain as fragrant as possible, it is best to use it within the first few months. Method 4. This method is also not difficult. First, choose fresh ginger, then scrape or peel off the thin outer skin, and slice it into thin pieces. The thinner the ginger is sliced, the faster it will absorb the brine and the easier it will be to eat. Then prepare a clean jar and place the ginger into the jar. Next, cook the soaking liquid made of vinegar, a little water, a little sugar, and a small amount of salt to taste. While the soaking liquid is still warm, pour it into the jar so that the ginger is completely submerged. Then let it cool, close the lid tightly, and place it in the refrigerator compartment. After soaking for a period of time, the ginger will become less pungent, with a light sour taste, and very easy to eat. This method is very suitable for those who like to prepare a small jar in the refrigerator, so that whenever needed, it is ready to use. With pickled ginger stored in the refrigerator compartment, it is best to use it within about 1 month. If the jar is always clean, the ginger is always fully submerged in the soaking liquid, and the refrigerator temperature remains stable, it can be used for about 1 to 2 months. When taking ginger out to use, remember to use clean chopsticks or a clean spoon so that the jar can be kept well for a longer time. I hope the methods shared today will help your family store ginger more easily and choose the most suitable method for your kitchen. How does your family usually store ginger? Do you prefer keeping it fresh and using it gradually, freezing it for convenience, or preparing a jar of pickled ginger in the refrigerator? Please share with me in the comments section. And do not forget to subscribe to Mary Home to follow more simple, familiar, and easy to apply kitchen tips every day. See you again in the next video.